I believe that we are very gifted people. I believe we have a superpower that we can unleash. But the only way we are able to unleash that is through having sober time. So I've been into treatment on both sides of the Atlantic. I'm a 41-year-old man, and I first entered treatment at 19 years old in England. Drinking is very embedded into the British culture. I went to all boys British Catholic boarding schools. I played rugby. Just drinking was part of it, and I never liked beer. As my friends were drinking beer, I'm drinking liquor, and it became very apparent to me that I had no off switch. I would black out, and I had consequences quite quickly. When my friends could put things down and leave the night, I continued. That was very apparent to me early on. And then from there, it kind of scaled into the experimentation of marijuana and all the other party drugs that go along with that. And at one point, I became the black sheep amongst my circle, and it started spilling out in my personal life, and some consequences started. So I actually reached out to my parents. I had very good open dialogue with my family, and I first went to treatment there. A few years later, an opportunity came to come to America for treatment. I landed in Newport Beach 20 years ago with 2 suitcases, thinking I was coming for 90 days. It's been 20 years. And one of the ways I ended up in Gratitude Lodge, Mark Williams, the owner here, he was my first friend. We met in treatment together 20 years ago, around the corner from exactly this location where we are now. When he had established Gratitude Lodge, and I realized that I wanted to make some changes in my life, several years ago, I approached him, and I came to jump on this journey and this fantastic company. One, to be able to give my experience, strength, and hope to others and to help, but also to keep these principles close into my life so I could continue my recovery. Because I'm at a place in my life now where I have the most recovery I've ever had, and I'm doing things a lot differently than I did them before. Love them. Encourage them to seek help in order for them to become the best version of themselves. Highlight what they're good at. Highlight what they see their loved one can be. Paint a picture of, if they were to apply themselves and to improve their decision making, that there is a bright future for them. For people who are out there struggling with addiction, they have sharpened their blade on in a few areas. Their ability to manage chaos to a point, not where they thrive, because obviously they're not thriving, but in order to survive. And I want to flip that skill set that they can utilize in order to unleash their talent. I'm a true believer, and the reason why I like working with alcoholics and addicts is I believe that we are very gifted people. I believe we have a superpower that we can unleash. But the only way we are able to unleash that is through having sober time, finding out, knowing who we are, and working towards expressing ourselves to the world. So that is one of the things that I try and connect with people, is to find out what they enjoy, what they like. Have they even exposed themselves to different things? One of the biggest things that I feel is so important is that people should expose themselves to different experiences in order to find out who they are, what they're good at, what they like. Give themselves a menu of experiences within reasons. Obviously, not everyone can just get on a plane, travel the world, but whatever it may be, in their own little ecosystem, try different things, expose themselves to different ideas, opportunities, walk through any door, because walking through any door is better than staying stagnant. And these little tools allow you to have a little bit of a better in-tune understanding of who you are, that I feel that someone can deploy when they actually can put some time together and get sober. That's kind of the approach that I take, because I've needed that and had to work through that in my own recovery. I've been a misfit myself. I've gone through the same pains and struggles and emotions that a lot of these people can relate to. I relate to people through emotion, because ultimately we are emotional beings. And even if our journey has been a little bit different and it looks differently visually, emotionally as people, that's where we connect. My dad, who passed away unfortunately in 2011, he's actually buried up the road here, even though he lived in England the last 40 years. So Southern California will be a hub for me for the rest of my life because my dad's buried here. He was the man who championed me. He was the one that always believed in me when many didn't. I was known, especially throughout my schooling, I was an underperformer. I was well liked and everyone knew that I was talented, but I underperformed, and my dad always championed me. So I take his memory with me each and every day, and know that he is proud of me and sees that I'm starting to blossom. You know, late bloomer for sure, but no problem. But beautiful all the same. Gratitude Lodge is not sterile. It is small and intimate. We are fully in tune that a client who is spilling the beans with the clinical staff, who is going through various emotions, struggling internally with themselves, maybe going through pain and things. The fact that all the staff are cognizant of this and really tend to the clients is mind-blowing compared to other treatment centers. Our case managers and our therapists only have a caseload of 6 people, so they're never inundated. There's always times for one-on-one. And from top down, there's just this understanding of love. Everyone comes in with a different journey, and we try and help piece them back and give them the tools to do that. But we do it in a curated way that is specific to the individual. We take the time to understand who the person in front of us is so we can customize their journey.